A wonderful good day and a warm welcome to yet another new video. Today we're talking about the X3, but specifically the B47. Engine, the engine code, 140 kilobars, a 2-liter diesel, and on that one we're going to swap out the EGR valve. This is what it looks like, and it's really important with the EGR valve that you have a proper diagnostic test for it, because even if you just want to pull the EGR valve out or put it back in, you need a diagnostic tester. Okay, there's a trick to do it without one, but I'd only recommend doing it with a diagnostic tester, because you have to plug in the EGR valve. Put the connector on and then actuate it. So the valve will move back about 20%. The connector needs to be connected before you install it. We always do it this way. Power everything off, swap it, then plug the connectors back in. Here it's different. Plug it in, power it up, ignition on, power it up, basically power it with the diagnostic tester, then install it and only then. Screw everything down, because otherwise it's very likely you'll wreck the whole thing. The other option, doing it without a diagnostic tester, comes with a pinout. I haven't done that personally yet. This is what the whole thing looks like. And on the pin, you'll find the pinout for that. And the electric motor has pin 1 and pin 2. You can basically put plus and minus on there, and then the motor would actuate the valve, quite simply. But it would just drive it all the way up. And yeah, I'd really like to show you exactly how you can specifically modify this here. Another thing I'd strongly recommend, you'll need a coolant kit. And you'll also need the diagnostic tester anyway to bleed the coolant properly. The EGR valve is flushed with coolant. 2 hoses connect to it here. It's flushed with coolant, so the whole thing has to be bled properly because we're opening the system. Yeah, and I'd really like to show you how to rebuild the whole thing. I'd say let's get started right now. We'll take the whole thing apart first. We need to pull out the air filter box. The EGR valve sits here. And then now everything for, okay, yeah. This line is really tricky. So be careful. We'll take it off first. And if it breaks, it's clamped right here at the bottom and up top too. Now we can take the clamp off the turbo. Then take it off and lift the whole thing up carefully now, okay? And then you can move the whole thing up. The whole unit can be removed now. Next, we'll take off the trim step by step. There are these kinds of clips on it. 3 of those and 1 screw, and it's off fairly easily right away. Take it all off now. Here we can already clearly see the EGR valve and the EGR cooler. And the main problem we've got here is it's firmly secured with 2 screws. You can get to that one great, but the one back here is really hard to reach. So we've got to move the EGR cooler a bit to the side. Problem is, if we push it aside, the intake manifold blocks the way. Let's give it a try now. The screw actually comes loose. Here is a screw. Here's a screw, but we have to unscrew the whole bracket. Or rather, loosen them. And then we should, I think, take that off. And we'll unscrew those 2 screws. Otherwise, we could probably pull that out maybe, and then it should do the trick now. Those were 2 size 10 screws. Unscrew the screw. We can actually loosen this here too, so we don't have the problem later of threading the screw properly so the hose doesn't get in the way. That's exactly why we have to remove it. We can't get to it from here at all. A 6mm Allen key will unscrew the arm. So we can take the hose off. Give the hose a squeeze here. Then one more screw goes on back here. Now we've got the EGR cooler loose. So we can make a little gap here. So we can get a wrench on here to just loosen the back screw itself a bit more. Looks like the hose runs over the top there. Let's try it. Just slightly, please. Move it to the side a little bit. Then I'll use a 13mm. We can take that off for now. Let's loosen the screws a bit. We'll loosen the mount a bit. So we can just come in here and unscrew the cover. And then we can use a T30. To remove the two screws, so we've taken the EGR valve out. We'll fit the EGR valve. Let's pop it on now. The ignition's on. Then you should actually be perfectly able to clearly see it move. A little bit even right now. There we go. It just moved a bit, pushed in a little, exactly 19.9%. Now we'll compare that to the old one. Yeah, it's pulled in a little bit. And now we can actually put the whole thing together once more. Of course, don't unclip anything. But just the way it is now put it together. Which of course isn't very easy, but there's no other way. So, new seal, right? Not just a new seal, but also coolant hose must go on. So first put the whole thing in place because the EGR valve should be as straight as possible. Screw in. Yeah guys, and this is what it can look like if you want to replace the EGR valve. It's important to properly bleed the whole cooling system. Then use the computer to bleed it again, yeah. And anything else that comes to mind, you can of course leave in the comments below. All the important buy links are in the video description, and the discount code at XSL so you can grab tools cheaply. And yeah, I'd say, see you next time. Bye for now, take care.